Hey there. Okay. So, I want to share with you guys a little bit about what's going on with me right now, what I'm doing. So, about almost 5 years ago, we moved to a new state, and when we moved here, we actually only had our Toyota Rav worth of things, and we left everything else behind. So we brought nothing with us. And right before we did that move, we lived in another state. So we moved here from Georgia. Before that, we lived in Delaware. When we lived in Delaware, we did the KonMari thing, and we got rid of so much stuff. And at that point, I would say that that set firm our minimalist tendencies. When we moved to this state from Georgia, we again took that even more to a whole other extreme where we got rid of even more things. But within the almost 5 years that we've been here, we have accumulated so much stuff. Honestly, it's a little bit crazy. And if I go through and look at all of our belongings, a lot of it didn't even come from us. But I will say that we let so many hand-me-downs come into our home that at this point, we have been pretty reckless about our purchasing, like our buying tendencies. We tend to splurge a lot more, spend way too much money on stuff. And tonight was definitely one of those nights that we went to the store with the intention of picking up two things. One was a gift for our son, something we had planned to buy him. And the second thing was just nail polish remover. Those two things turned into, oh my gosh, I don't even know. Should I say the number? We spent $800 at the store, and we didn't buy any like high ticket big items. There wasn't any like furniture or anything crazy like that. It was just a bunch of stupid things like workout clothes, even though neither one of us works out, and I don't know, just things that we didn't need to spend money on. So anyways, driving home, I was just feeling a lot of buyer's remorse, and I haven't taken tags off of most of these things because I think I'm going to take them back. I don't know, but my husband has a lot different idea about spending money, and I think for me, I feel a lot more guilt about it, and he can enjoy it fully. He'll go home and he doesn't feel the buyer's remorse. He likes to feel like he can provide that stuff, which we probably could keep some of this stuff, except for the fact that because we keep spending money on things like this, there are some other things that we should be prioritizing right now, just with different life circumstances. We don't have a ton of debt. We, for a while we didn't have any debt, and then we had to buy a new car when we got pregnant with our fourth baby. And so that was the majority of our debt. And then we got a little bit of medical debt during that pregnancy. And then my ex-husband decided to take us to court to try to get full custody of our son, which is just, not a fun situation. It's not anything crazy. It's just, he wants him to live in his home, in his state. And so we're all going through that right now too. But anyway, that was the long version of this story. So the reason why I'm doing this process right now is during Christmas, we started purchasing gifts. And I remember every time we would think about buying, I didn't want to buy very much for Christmas. And again, my husband has a different style. He really wanted the kids to have that like experience where they wake up in the morning and they open, a ton of gifts, and it feels really nice. And so he has me do the Christmas shopping. I show him what I'm going to get, but he's not very particular about what we get them. And he'll just kind of give me his opinion about whether something's good or not, or if it's something that I'm more interested in than the kids would be. But anyway, he was feeling like I wasn't really getting quite like enough, like I was being a little too frugal and killing the fun of it. So I tried to be a little more fun and relaxed about it. And honestly, like each time it kind of killed me. And I should take that back. It didn't kill me. It would kill me a little bit. And at the same time, I would feel a lot of excitement. I'd get that dopamine rush when something would come in the mail. But, just having the packages stack up in the office room, it was just like, oh, I hate the way that this feels. We had just cleared out the office. We just got things cleaned up. It was painted. We got a rug on the floor. It was looking really good. And then all these boxes would start piling up in there. And then check this out. So like these little 3 crates have just been hanging out in our house in random places for like a month and a half now. So before it was here, it was in the office. Before it was in the office, I had accumulated all this stuff out of the office and stuck it in the hallway. One of the boxes came from downstairs and it has like just little toys and cluttery things. And you know, if I'm being honest with myself, I know why this thing still exists. It's me. In some ways, like my husband hasn't dared to touch it or try to go through it. However, like there are things I want to do with these things that have to do with getting rid of them for the most part. But like, I don't want to just throw out a bunch of paperwork because there might be something important in there. If I'm being honest with myself, we just reordered my daughter's birth certificate this year. So like, there's probably not anything like so critically important that if I threw it away, I couldn't like reorder it if I really had to. But, you know, and I probably could just thumb through things really quickly and be like, if it's not a birth certificate, I'm getting rid of it. But I'm like hanging on to bills. I want to organize the bills and put them away. I have some of my stuff done like that. But because I haven't been able to go through all the random boxes of stuff, they have lingered like this. And it's just, you know, we are very clean people. Okay, you would not believe that if you looked at the state of this room right now. But this has become the dumper room, and this is mostly just like laundry. We do things in batches, so you know, sorted out the laundry into piles for the different people in our home. Same thing with that. There's me, my husband, and we have 4 children, so we have a lot of people and we have a lot of laundry. But outside of that, outside of what it might appear like, we are actually pretty clean people. Tonight was one of our messy nights, and so I thought this would be a good time to record this. We spent a long day outside of the house and decided like people should go to bed instead of fixating on cleaning. And normally that's what we tend to do, is we really care about I specifically really care about going to bed with the house clean. My husband really cares about, he could wake up and go to work and not be clean, but when he gets home, the first thing he's going to want to do is clean the house. So he can't really sit in a mess for very long either, not usually, depending on his mood. So anyways, that's why I'm up late cleaning right now and just feeling kind of like, we need to get control of this. We are buying more than we need to buy. I have some financial goals that would be really easy to attain, but we're just making some stupid, poor choices. Like we do not have enough debt to have not knocked all that debt out. Like other than our car payment, which even then we could be putting a lot more down on our car payment, we're spending our money on stupid things. And even like we just organized our pantry and it looks beautiful and it's nice to have a supply of food, especially when you have 4 kids. It's great that like you don't have to feel like, oh, we have no food, we have to go to the grocery store. If there's ever a night where we're too busy to go do some grocery shopping or anything like that, like I guarantee we could probably find a meal within the home, but we'll still go out to eat. We'll, you know, still buy, like we have a Costco membership, so we'll still buy things that we have things we could use. Why are we buying more? And then we'll use those things, but then it's like, what are we doing with all this stuff that's just been sitting there? And how long are we going to let it sit there? And at what point are we going to cycle it into our meal plan? Anyways, it's just, I guess the way I would describe it is that things are feeling a little too full in this house. And again, I think part of that symptom is the fact that we have 4 kids and ourselves. So there's 6 people in our home. Our home is not very big. I'm completely happy with the size of, you know, the bedroom for us and the fact that we have an office and the kids have rooms too. It's really just the common areas, like the living room, very small. Kitchen, very small. The dining room is a nook within our kitchen. And so those are new things. We moved to this house about a year ago. Same state, just, you know, moved to a different home. And we've quickly outgrown it. When you have 4 children, ages newborn to 10, running around the house, it's not like they're like adults where they tend to just plant themselves on the couch and, you know, sit and watch a show when they're in the common areas. When it's small children, when they're in the living room with you, you might be at the couch, then there's a coffee table, and then they like to run around, and the toddler likes to bounce up and down on the couch and then run by your legs, and it just starts to feel like we're really sitting on top of each other all the time. So The last thing that you really need when there's a full house is a house full of stuff. So like, and I'm very guilty of this. My husband likes to indulge. Like if I say I like something, he likes to buy it for me. And I'll be like, I don't want that. And he'll sneak something into the cart. And I guess sometimes I don't stop him. So I'm guilty too. But anyway, like this right here, yarn. I was supposed to make some stuff for Christmas. That didn't happen. Ran out of time for that. Will be Christmas gifts for next year. These books. I'm pretty sure some of these books have already been read. And then a lot of these are used. I'm not sure how long we plan to keep them for. Not a huge deal to like collect some books, but we have more in the office. And really it'd be nice to have things on a shelf. So I keep going back to like, oh, maybe we have a storage problem. And that's probably pretty reasonable. Like when you have a small space and not a lot of closets, like you do need to get creative with storage and hang some shelves. That makes sense. But I also think we have a stuff problem. And the fact that we moved here 5 years ago and that we only had a Toyota RAV worth of things, and now we have this dumpster truck worth of, this is just our bedroom. I'll give you guys a little tour. I'm gonna grab some laundry. I gotta be quiet because everybody's sleeping. I got the little one on my back. I started wrapping up for the night. I was just planning to put like a jar of milk away. But then I got fussy and I put them on my back. I don't know, just like looking around at the house. I got that bug to clean. So I'm doing it. So anyways, again, the reason I chose to do this today is because it's one of our messiest days. So please don't think that we always look like this. But I'm going to go ahead and just humble myself and show you guys what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is our kitchen. Pretty small, like, you know, when you're feeding a family, 2 adults and 4 children. That is a small amount of counter space to have. And also this house is older, so the cabinets, the space between the cabinet and the counter is actually really short, and you can't fit like a coffee maker there, for example. So we have a toaster oven, and then somebody bought us an air fryer, which was really beautiful and generous, and we actually use it a lot, but we just don't like have great places to store it. Just like, you know, an instant pot, pots and pans, and a mixing bowl. But think about like the cabinet space too. So like the under the sink area is kind of gross. And then we have that for a cabinet. That's it. We have 4 people in this house too. We have a couple cabinets here, but the kids just have like their arts and crafts supplies in there. So when they're sitting at the table, they can play. And so like, here's this cute little antique table thing that we got from Habitat for Humanity. And the chairs we got off Facebook Marketplace. And, you know, they kind of go together. They have that antique look and they fold, so that's kind of nice. Yeah. The stuff, like we did buy these things. Those were both used. This one came from we helped somebody move. And they gave that to us. And I think that it's like in Italy, somebody painted that. And we actually had a picture of the person who was painting that. My husband put up these shelves, but like, things are just looking pretty junky. You'll have to tell me what you think. So like, I don't know. I have cleaned this area out many times, but things just happen to kind of get stuck in there. Like my tall husband will stash something away because it's better than them having it on the counters. But like an M&M bag, a whole bag of candy, like no family needs that much candy. We're not even eating it. Jars that just need to be sorted. Some ingredients from the dinner that we were going to make tonight before we decided to order pizza because we stayed out too late shopping. It's nail putter. Yeah, so anyway, it's a water filter, by the way. It's a great water filter. It's called the Berkey. Okay. And then I'll show you guys the living room. I have stuff sitting up on the furniture because when we have the robot vacuum going, I like things cleared off the floor at nighttime. So anyways, maybe, hopefully you can kind of see. It's a tiny living room. It's kind of cute and cozy, but also not practical for your everyday. Kind of kind of a pain, a cozy pain. It just depends on the mood. When everyone's chill, it's fine, but when we're hustling and bustling. Okay. This is the bathroom. Nobody's watching right now, which is the only reason why this is totally uncomfortable. Showing people like messiness. We only leave our shower curtain open like that. Anyway, yeah, just wanted to show you what we had going on and what I'm working on. So I'll show you the office as well. We won't go downstairs and show bedrooms down there because I don't want anybody to wake up. This house is already kind of old and creaky, so as I'm walking around, I'm hoping I'm not being too loud. These pictures that my kids drew for me for my 30th birthday, and we put them in a frame, and I love having their art on the wall. Okay. Also, I'm in pajamas, and I don't have any makeup on, so it's just an all-over scary scene in a lot of ways, but we'll pretend I'm comfortable with it. Okay, so this is Dad. Again, I had put all the furniture up. This room has gotten pretty bad. Most of its presents, but okay. So there's more books. These are the clothes I literally just went through with the laundry because I decided to clear out some of the stuff in the kids' closet. There was just the toddler and the baby share a closet, and obviously they grow out of things very quickly at that age. The car seat, we just pulled that in from tonight from our shopping trip, and then bought a laminator for organizing, had a birthday party, and then jumped right into Christmas. So got birthday supplies here, box of Amazon trash from when we started wrapping 2 days ago, laundry or clothes that I can't sell, they're just trashed, so those need to go in a trash can, furniture from the floor, that basket, and then these are presents. These are presents. That is stuff I'm getting rid of right there. That is stuff I'm getting rid of. And that is stuff I'm getting rid of. So if I like aggregated everything into the same piles, like this is stuff from the floor. We took the bass speaker out of our living room when we were decorating, and some other stereo equipment because it was on the mantle and we wanted to decorate the mantle. So between Christmas and birthdays, total mess. And ever since August when he was born, actually before August, I've been trying to get things decluttered and organized. My mom came to visit, and that was like the only thing I wanted to do, like the one thing I wanted to do. We made these plans, we talked about it, and it just, as always, gets so busy when a visitor comes. There's so much that we wanted to do. We had planned everything out, and we kept adding, she had all these fun ideas, so we kept adding things to the list, and we never got to the thing that I really, really, really wanted to take care of. But it's okay. Like, she did take a lot. My mom does photography, so she did a lot of like maternity photos, which is really nice. Here's the closet. So there's office supplies on the top, and then Judah is a minimalist. And I think a big, like, if our kids didn't have hand-me-downs from so many people, which I'm not complaining in a way where I'm not grateful, I just think I needed to do a better job of filtering through things and deciding what to clear out sooner and not hanging on to so much. But I'm going to show you Judah's wardrobe. And keep in mind, there's laundry on the bed for him. But this is probably what everybody's clothes stack would look like. We've got this right here. Those clothes back there are Kate's, the toddler, and these as well. So I put her pants on top just because before there wasn't enough space. So we've got our sweaters, shirts, the second layer, shirts, and then dresses. And then the floor has a bag of papers because I'm good at collecting that. And she has snow boots, regular shoes, or tennis shoes, zip-up tennis shoes, and a pair of hand-me-downs I just pulled out from our 6-year-old from when she was younger. This is the toddler playroom shelf. And then there's 2 baskets right there of toys, and then a third with some like stuffed animals and stuff in there. So anyways, I'd love to check in with you guys later so I can show you that when everything's aggregated and put into its place, it really doesn't look that bad. But the point is that when things can come out of their home so quickly in this house, again, like having a birthday party, I took out all the birthday party supplies, like the balloon pumping machine, for example. Taking that stuff out, it doesn't go away very quickly because it doesn't have a great home. It was just in a moving box. And we actually have a storage shed full of more stuff, which really is embarrassing. And then under the basement stairs, okay, I'm going to just list out all the places where we have junk hiding. The garage, mostly tools. Some of it's just trash from like boxes from when we moved. I think we got most of the boxes out, but they're in the shed. We have a whole entire like shed filled with things. Most of it is clothes that we wanted to get rid of, and that's my fault too. Like I wanted to have a yard sale. We had a really successful yard sale when we lived in Delaware and made a lot of money off of it. So I thought it'd be really fun to get rid of stuff, make an extra dime, and be able to like maybe buy a new couch or just do something with it rather than just getting rid of things and going through all the work of collecting it all and not having to go to the thrift stores and drop so much off, just lightening that lid a little bit. But anyway, this room, those 3 boxes on the couch in here, and then some of the extras in the office. So, garage, shed, basement. There's like a little storage shelf unit. I'll show you guys that maybe tomorrow. And then this room and an office. So I feel like we're hoarders. I know we're not. I know this is actually pretty average amount of junk. I've been to enough of my friends' homes to know that if I took all of our basement stuff, for example, I could fit that in the shed. And if there's any boxes in the garage, which I'm pretty sure we cleared that out this summer, I could fit those in the shed too. I could probably fit all of our junk in one shed unit. And I remember hearing some statistic one time, I can't quote it, about how many people are using storage units, like the percentage of Americans using storage units. And I know we're not that bad, but then I also have to remind myself that we moved here 5 years ago and we've accumulated this stuff. So we are not doing too great. I feel like a lot of it's my stuff, which sucks because I always felt like I was the most minimal. I would say most of my belongings, though, would be paperwork and clothing. And I'm not the kind of person to go buying clothing all the time, but I have been pregnant, nursing, and then neither 2 times since moving here. So my body has gone through 3 different phases, plus a move. So plus we moved here, which means things were in the storage unit and I didn't reuse a lot of my maternity things. Plus I had a baby in 2 different seasons, so November and August, which means when I was in my 3rd trimester, for example, what you wear in November and what you wear in August are going to be 2 different types of things. So again, that's 2 different sets of maternity clothes. And we just, we never got rid of everything because I did that like whole, woman mentality thing where like, I might use this again. Like, well, I might fit into this again and stuff like that. Some of it I really genuinely like, but I really just need to let it go. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I think for the most part it's decluttering, but we definitely need to emphasize a little bit of, working on some storage solutions. And then also I think that decluttering, from my experience with the KonMari, when you declutter, it makes it so much easier not to impulse buy. When you really do a hard core where it feels weird and crazy and liberating to like get rid of that much stuff in one go, like at one time, when you do that, it will be harder for you to just impulse buy something because you feel like you're going to lose something. You're going to lose that like amazing home with only the stuff you like in it. Or, it's just like, oh, we got there. We finally achieved it. Our house doesn't feel like a bunch of clutter. Like we just purged so much. The second you start buying stuff, you're like, oh, do I want to buy it? Like our house is so clear right now. Everything feels so good, and it's not too full. Like you feel like you're going to ruin it. So um, I know that that will help us with our spending stuff and some of our financial goals. It's just a matter of when do you find the time with 4 kids to go through and declutter your home. That's going to be the tough part. But anyway, just wanted to say hi, introduce myself, and tell you guys what's going on. And I'll keep you guys posted about how things go. I'm going to go ahead and just start cleaning and stop talking at this point. So I'm gonna go take this pile of stuff I'm getting rid of and add it to that other box in the office. By the way, my husband picked out a hat for me at the store today. It was one of the items I insisted that, though I thought it was cute, I didn't need a hat. I don't normally wear hats with my pajamas, but I put it on when I was kind of cold because I camped on the second layer because he's on my back and it's actually keeping me kind of warm. I'm not one of those people that tends to be kind of extra and walk around with hats at bedtime. Not judging if that's what you do. I'm just saying it seems a little eccentric, more so than what I am. Okay. Now I'm going to load up the baby's clothes. Babies, plural. We bought Kate, the toddler, a pair of shoes. They're kind of cute. She didn't have a pair of like dressy shoes. Like her shoes, her tennis shoes were pretty dirty and raggedy, and she didn't really have anything that was more. Whenever we put her in like any of her dresses that she had, it just looked a little off. Anyways, they had these at Target, and they're so funky and cute. We decided to pick up a pair for her. Kind of excited about that. Shopping for kids' clothes is so much more fun than shopping for your own clothes. I'm gonna go ahead and take that Moses basket out of the room and put it in the office, and I'll put the baby's clothes away later. But I think, ew, look what I just found on one of my sweaters. It's like a bunch of hair accumulated from the dryer into a little ball. Gross. TMI? I don't know. Now I'm going to take the 6-year-old's clothes. This pile. And we're going to load it into these crates. We got these black crates at Costco, and they're actually really handy. They collapse. So this side goes in. I'll show you guys real quick. It's really flat like this, and they're kind of neat. They actually fit like really nice and thin. Like if I had the so here's the washer and dryer. If I unload laundry, like dirty laundry, I can actually just slide it right in between. And they also fit in our pantry shelves, like inside of them. They're a nice size. They work pretty well for laundry. I don't know. I like them, and I like that they stack on top of each other really nicely as well. So if I do laundry, I want to get more because I'd like to be able to put, when I'm unloading things from the dryer, just be able to separate everybody's clothes at that point. So I have a pile, Caleb has a pile, and each of the kids has a pile within a basket, their own basket, and then I can just stack them on top if I needed to for any reason, at least until we make some shelves. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put their clothes in that. couple stragglers from the toddlers, and then I go ahead and put that over here. This is why I think decluttering is important. So I was putting my husband's clothes away, and he has these little like raggedy cube boxes in the bottom of his closet that he has his clothes in, and he doesn't ever want us to buy anything for him just because, I don't know, it's kind of like, no, don't buy anything for me, even though he is tired of putting his clothes in those little boxes. Anyway, I went and put his clothes in there, and underneath the boxes I found this. This is like the 7th time I found this. This expensive, or I don't know if I should say expensive, overpriced bag of feathers from when he purchased a bunch of hats on Amazon. And they came with feathers, but he thought he might want to change out the feathers. But this bag got forgotten about pretty much the moment it came through the door. So it's just like, not to say that he never would use this, it's just that when there's not a place for things and there's just too much stuff, you forget about things that you might like and use. But also, maybe we didn't really need to buy those. All right. I think I'm gonna go through my closet and start getting rid of stuff. Just like, who does that at 1:25 in the morning? Apparently I do. I always thought it was weird when people would go live on like Facebook or things like that. And it's like, it seemed weird to display your life like this. But now that I'm doing it and nobody's watching, it doesn't feel that weird, except I feel a little bit like I'm talking to myself. I just try to pretend that maybe a friend's over and I'm talking to them. I'd say that things like Skype and FaceTime and Facebook Messenger have helped normalize this. Like, it doesn't feel as bizarre because I actually have a lot of family members that live out of state, and I do talk to them on the computer quite a bit, enough that I almost just feel like I'm talking to my sister right now or my brother and hanging out with them on the computer. But every now and then I think about the fact that nobody's actually watching at this moment. And so I'm actually just talking to myself like a crazy person. But at the same time, you ever just wish that you ever like think about what were things like when my oldest kid was 2 or when I was 23, and you're just like, you can't actually think of very many specific memories. Like, what was it like every day? Or I can't think of anything outside of like these 5 significant things that happened. It's just kind of weird that like so much of your own life you don't even remember. It's just sometimes a I'll be sitting there in my current day and think, I'll never remember this day. There's nothing significant enough about this day that I'll ever actually think back on. Like, I'm totally going to forget about this. And that always weirded me out. It made me want to like take more. I used to do photography, so maybe want to take more photos and I don't know, just maybe journal and things like that. But it's not realistic for this point in my life. So I think that's why I kind of like the idea of doing something like this. Is maybe one day I'll like looking back at this, or maybe my kids when they're older will want to know what mom was ever doing when she was awake at 1 o'clock in the morning. She'd be a crazy person talking to herself on YouTube. What all the other crazy moms are doing. I have a feeling that I'll probably look back at videos like this and be like, Ariel, clearly you sounded sleep deprived. It was 1 o'clock in the morning and you didn't really sound coherent and a lot of your thoughts were random. You should have been going to bed. So maybe this will help me, help encourage me to actually go to sleep on time. Okay. So I used to be one of those people who kept my closet extremely organized by type and like color. And then I actually used to be, when I was a kid, I actually used to be literally OCD. And then as an adult, I was just like more of a neat freak. And not a problem. I actually used to like it because I had a really clean home. I was never really embarrassed when my friends would come over. I always felt like even if my friends came over and looked in my drawers for some reason, like even those were tidy. But the thing that became a problem was actually that when I was trying to get work done, like photography, for example, I'd have a hard time completing my work because of one, this like hyper perfectionism, this fear of like something not being good enough. And then two, I would spend so much time fixating on my house that I'd spend all my good energy, the first parts of my day cleaning and cleaning and cleaning, incessantly cleaning. And I felt like I just had, if I was a clean person, this was what I had to do. And I realized that like the amount that I was cleaning wasn't really, I don't want to use the word normal because that's not even what is normal. The amount of cleaning that I was doing wasn't balanced in any way because I spent so much more time repeating the same cleaning tasks, like cleaning my kitchen counters multiple times while I was cooking, cleaning, or putting dishes away, cleaning my floors multiple times between one meal. And I felt like I was missing out on a lot of time with my kids, and I'd get frustrated with them when they need things because I felt busy and I was just making myself busy. This reminds me of something I kind of heard somebody else talk about, but it was like we make up these rules for ourselves, like that things have to be done in some certain way. One of the things, the like weird rules that sometimes I realize that it's like, oh, I'm doing this made up rule again. Sometimes if I have food or like a meal and I plate myself, even if I am not very hungry, I don't really pay attention to that. I just feel like I need to finish my plate. Like I will clean that plate up. So sometimes I'll eat a plate of supper and then I'll pick a small portion at the beginning and I'm still kind of hungry. And then I'll finish that plate anyway. It's like, it reminds me of like when your parents tell you when you're a kid to finish your food. And I don't know, I've caught myself saying that to my kids sometimes, but I wonder how much of that might play into it. But anyway, we do these weird rules to ourselves, like things have to be done a certain way. And sometimes we make things harder on ourselves. And it's not always worth the payoff, right? Like cleaning up your plate after dinner, like sure, you're not wasting this much food, but like maybe you're gaining weight or you're not even enjoying it anyway, things like that. So closet was one of them. And I've been kind of doing this weird thing a lot, like the past year here and there. I'll go through phases where I just try to see how much can I let go? Like how much can I personally be laid back about? So my daughter's not in school right now for Christmas or, what winter break, whatever they call it. And I don't know, we've actually been spending time together and doing crafts and I don't know, just it has been pretty relaxed at home. And I feel like mom where my own kid would feel seen by me and feel comfortable around me and enjoy time with me. And I don't want to make my daughter feel like a burden in our own home. And that's something I think maybe I used to contribute to that sense of like as a child, you were a burden to me because you keep asking me for all these things and I'm busy. And I think I was expressing my busyness way too much. And so I'm just realizing like they are growing up and I know I'll regret if I don't put a stop to the way I'm prioritizing things. And if I have to be, I've been to enough of my friends' homes to know that like whatever messy I'm feeling uncomfortable with in my own home isn't that bad. And I can still clean my own home pretty well before somebody comes over. So I shouldn't stress it too much if my closet, which nobody's going to see except for me and my husband, my closet isn't super organized. Like I'm pretty laid back about picking out my clothes. I can pick out an outfit very quickly, especially compared to like 3 years ago, I guess, maybe four. So my closet doesn't need to be super organized because I don't actually have too much. I don't know. Like I'd say that's a on the lower end of things. I know a lot of people would have a full size closet or things would be really packed in there tight. It's definitely not super minimal, but anyway, I rambled on. My brain's tired. I can really feel it. I need to go to sleep soon. So I think this will be the last task that I do for the night. One of the tough things about clothing is motherhood. I know every mom probably complains about this. Like, it's difficult to find clothing that makes sense for this phase in life. Like nursing clothing, for example. I tend to try to find tops like this. I bought this while I was pregnant because it has the little pregnancy elastic on it. Don't love the pattern, but it was slim pickings at Goodwill, to be honest. And I do like thrift clothing mostly because my body's changing so much that sometimes feels like it's hard to find it worth it to buy something brand new. But anyway, when you're nursing, this is really convenient because you can breastfeed. So a lot of times I would have a tank top on and I'd pull the tank top up and pull this to the side, or I would just pull this to the side and unclasp my nursing bra. And I wear scarves a lot. So then I'd put my scarf over top and I would feel covered up enough to where I felt comfortable. Yeah, anyway, hard to find nursing tops. Sometimes I'll look for what the heck, who did this? Ugh. One hanger that was backwards. Sometimes I'll look for like recommendations on nursing tops from people in the online world. My husband hung up my clothes the other day, which was really nice, but he put many of them backwards, so we're going to change some of this funkiness. Anyway, I'll look for the recommendations on nursing clothing, and some people will be like, oh, I found these really cute nursing tops from blah blah blah, and I personally think they are not really nice nursing tops. They're really ugly and they just look like breastfeeding tops. And so here's the ones I'm talking about. You'll have to tell me, what do you think? Like, are these cool or not? This is what it will look like. Yes, I have a swan shirt. Okay. So it'll be like a full length sweatshirt, for example, and then half the sweatshirt is like a different color, sometimes the same color, but it's a different cut of fabric up here. So it's almost like two layers, one that's short and one that's long. And to me, I don't see people who aren't breastfeeding wearing that. So it just looks like something that's meant to like be pulled up and nursed in. It doesn't feel like discreet or like, not that by any means you should feel embarrassed about nursing. I just mean it looks like the only reason it was made like that was specifically so that way you could pull your shirt up and breastfeed a baby. It does not look like it was made to be aesthetically pleasing. It seems like all function and no fashion, in my opinion. No offense if you have one of those shirts. I actually know a lot of people happen to love that style. That's just me. Like, I don't know. I'm still rocking a pair of maternity pants. Like, I love the way the maternity jeans feel. I like how supportive they are. But I'm just not into maybe I'm a weirdo. I'm not into the nursing shirts like that. Seems like that is pretty much what you get. Or a tank top that clasps down. It's Slim Pickens. I don't know. Like hanging on to stuff like this, but honestly, can I even stretch this down to feed a baby? I saw some moms on YouTube talk about what they do to wear a dress while nursing a baby. I've had a friend who actually said she does this too. I think it sounds weird. Totally coming off as a judgy person, but I'm just sharing all my inner thoughts with you guys tonight. So anyways, what they do is they put the shirt on, or the dress on. I do need to go to bed. And they'll have leggings on. And then they'll just lift their dress up, they'll have a tank top on, and feed their baby. To me, I just feel like even if I had leggings on, right? Like people wear leggings as pants nowadays. This is common and accepted. If I was hiking up my dress like this, I would just feel like I'm about to like moon the world. Like that's just what it feels like, even if it's not the case. I don't know, like maybe I should give it a try. It just seems like I would feel uncomfortable doing that. If I'm sitting down at church, I'm trying to imagine like, okay, I'm in my cute little dress and I'm sitting down. Let me go ahead and feed my baby. Like, hiking all this fabric up and like trying to latch my baby on. I don't know, is that even comfortable? Is that practical at all? You'll have to let me know if any of you guys have tried this. It just sounds bizarre to me, but maybe I just need to see an example of it being done. I think I'm also working like extra slow. One, because I'm talking, but two, you can tell like, when your brain gets to that tired point where like, you're not functioning very well. It's almost like, are you effective enough to even make the hours that you're awake worth it? The answer is probably not. This is more than likely a huge waste of time. Can I nurse on this? Oh. Maybe. It's on my shoulders though. I feel like I could probably stretch it down, but my boobs are not like, it's not like they're huge and they're just gonna like weigh the top of the shirt down. My boob will probably just keep getting like flipped back into this. But I don't know, this is comfortable. The fabric is really supportive. It doesn't feel flimsy, so I like this dress a lot. I wore it a lot when I was pregnant. I'm gonna have to give this one a try. I need to put my hangers for items to try all in the back right here. This one's super stretchy, but I've gained a lot of weight since when I first bought this. I used to be like 107 pounds 6 years ago. I used to work out twice a day. I got out of the military and I did work right next to a gym. And so, plus some other things, but anyway, we are working out again, but I don't think I can pull this off for a while. Like, maybe as a shirt. I should try it as a shirt. Let's see what happens. This one's a maternity dress. I wonder. We're gonna try these. There's no way this is gonna work. It's cute. That part of me that wants to hang on to it for a rainy day where maybe I'll have like pumped a bottle. Apparently we ordered a pump from our insurance a couple months ago, but we've yet to receive it. So I'm not really sure what happened with that. This would be a really great video to watch if you were having trouble falling asleep. It's probably about as boring as watching paint dry. I wonder if I can turn this into a hyperlapse. Oh, what a waste of internet space. Sweater's so trashy now. Yes. Okay. Almost done. About to add to the clutter box. So what happens? You know what? It is better to have all of the things in one annoying box than have things inside drawers and hidden and tucked away and have everything feel cluttery. So I will say that when my house is clean, everything feels clean except for those like hot spot boxes. It's kind of like what I like to call them. Yeah, the tie to my blue dress. Try to some of those leftover underwear. I hate these like little bra things. It's not that I don't want them in the bra, it's just why do they have to be removable? Can't they just be sewn in? It's not like it dries faster. I leave them in here. And they just get folded and smashed up. It's like every time you wash your bra, you have to just readjust this. Is there some kind of trick that I'm missing out on, or like is it like little stretchy strings that people put on the shoulders of dresses and blouses so they don't fall off the hanger? No. Sometimes I would forget to cut those things off, and so I feel like these things are like that too. Like maybe I'm not even supposed to keep them, but I'm pretty sure you are. Like hide your nips from showing. Especially if you're a nursing mom. I'm sure the solution's simple. Like I probably just need to take a needle and thread and just stitch it in place myself. Maybe that's the trick. Maybe you're supposed to do that yourself and put it in the exact right spot so they don't sew it for you. One of those old things and they just never change the way they design it. Nobody's going to sit around needle and thread and sew their bra pads in. Or at least I don't think anyone is. That's what everyone's doing. When I organized my closet, I realized there was actually a lot of clothes I was kind of looking forward to wearing, while simultaneously thinking about how my wardrobe is not a capsule wardrobe anymore, and so much of it just feels ratty, and I feel like I do a pretty good job sorting my laundry. I'm sure there's certain things I could probably hang or lay flat to dry that I haven't been, like sweaters. keep being like realistic. It's just I don't have a place to hang things to dry. I have one jacket that I'll hang to dry. So it's nicer and more expensive. I think that's the other thing too. When you do start buying quality items, you tend to take care of them a little bit better. Especially if you like them and appreciate those items. And I feel like a lot of this stuff is just like bought secondhand. It was already kind of losing its shape and I don't really care for it much anyway. Like this stuff. I have the bras I wore when I had my baby still. So this thing is 6 years old. I birthed my 6-year-old, obviously, in it. That was my first midwife birth at a birthing center. The birth before that was in a hospital. What happened to my underwear? What happened? It's like paint? Highlighter? I'm pretty sure that just came out of the wash, so it might be a stain. How does that even happen? What did I sit in or what got washed right on that particular spot? Jeez. Wow, well, I'm going to show you the inside of that drawer. There really isn't much in there. That's it for now. For now. Pretty sure I have a little bit of laundry downstairs. That'll probably fill up. But, okay, let me show you this dresser drawer for now. So that's what that's looking like. I like these ones. I kind of want to keep them in the drawer for when they fit, but I feel like it's a silly thing to do. Just keep thinking like, they're gonna fit soon. And when they fit soon, I'll probably want to buy something new anyway, right? Like, wouldn't I be excited and like go shopping? There's this part of me that just like wants that one pair to stay in there. It's like my measuring stick. I'm sure I don't want to be measured in until it's like visibly noticeable, even without the jeans. I might keep those in there though. We'll see. Make sure these are too big. Feels so wasteful, just like having all of these clothes. I would really love to just spend a nice amount of clothing or money on really high quality clothing, like have a clothing plan, a piece at a time. Just a few things. It's probably like a lot of what those subscription boxes are like, where you're just, you cancel the subscription and you're trying things on and sending things back. But I feel I've had a Stitch Fix subscription once and it did seem like the quality was higher. To what extent, I'm not sure. I also feel skeptical of subscription boxes as a woman. Like, how will they know how something fits and looks on me? I feel like as a guy, it's a little easier to do, but maybe that's just my perspective. I hate these tank tops, but I kind of need them. I don't really have very many. And there's just a part of it that's like I should just get rid of them because then I'll buy more. Should I do that? I should do that. Probably a bit high. Just feels like a pain in the butt. The door is very empty at this point. There you go. This shirt so thin. Just go through and see if I have any socks in this sock pile. I'm done with decluttering my closet stuff and the toddler and babies. And I'll have to go through with my 6 and almost 10-year-old soon, and see what kind of things they might want to get rid of, and find things that don't fit them, and throw away the things with holes in them and whatnot. I'm gonna sleep hard. Hopefully. If any of you ladies here tried any clothing subscription boxes? And if so, which ones and would you recommend them? Another question I have is for people who are pretty savvy with sourcing high quality clothing. What is your shopping process like for finding high quality clothing? Are there some places that you just are your go-tos, or do you try new places? How do you shop for high quality clothing online? Are there some brands or stores that are less known? Like how do you find those places for your body type, especially? Yeah, I'd love to hear a little bit more about that. Or do you just shop in person and feel the threads and look to see if it feels the right quality? Let me go ahead and wrap things up. Let me go ahead and put the stuff in the closet real quick, and I'll show you where we are with the room. wearing this as a skirt, but I'm pretty sure it's a shawl. I can keep it. I wore it on Halloween because I wanted to be a spider web, and I found this in the Goodwill section in the skirts, and I put some yarn on there to make it look like a spider web because it's kind of spider web shaped. And then I had Judah as a spider on me, the spider web, and I baby wore him. And then I tried to wear it on not Halloween. I'm like, man, this just feels really weird. It's like falling off of me. But on Halloween, I had like layers on because we were going to be outside, so it didn't fall off. So, anyways, I was just looking at this and thinking, "Oh, that's a cool shawl." And I picked it up and realized, no, this is the skirt. No, it's a shawl. There's like no waistband, so of course I have a shawl now. This is kind of cool. You just got saved. All right, I'm gonna wear that tomorrow. I'm excited about this. Shawls are nursing friendly, I'd say. Okay. Two more things that are supposed to go in that bag that I sealed up hardly. Yes. Okay. I think we're pretty much set. Let me put the discs in the office with me here. Okay. Show you what we're looking like so far. Okay. So we've just got some, I'll do the wide angle first. So we're missing some pillows. We still have the couch full of junk. The 3 junk boxes. Those are just 2 empty shoe boxes. I'll actually put those in the office because we're going to put some, when I have like the weird shaped presents, I like to put them in a box. It's just easier to wrap and it kind of fills out the tree. Plus I keep shoe boxes like that and I make it the kids' memory boxes. So when they get things like birthday cards and things like that throughout the years, I'll just fill them up with that. And then their last memory boxes are actually pretty full. So considering that they're 6 and 10, you know, 2-ish shoe boxes worth of paper goods aren't too bad for them. But anyway, so I just have some socks to sort. Actually, found a couple other stuffed animals. Daughter to put away. This can go down in the basement as well. Packed away until summertime. And then that's my daughter's clothing bin, laundry to put away. And then that laundry bin is empty. This is my yarn stuff. I'll go ahead and put that in the office with my other crochet goods. But yeah, we're looking pretty good. We don't have, not too much left on the decluttering front for clothing. The big thing is going through all of the stuff that I've accumulated and then just deciding what to do with it, which the smartest thing is probably just to get rid of it as fast as possible. But I might give myself a deadline of if I can get the stuff posted on the marketplace and then allow myself a small time frame to see how much I can sell, and then from there get rid of things. So we will see. I might give that a try. Okay. Well, I think that's it. Thanks for, I highly doubt anybody's going to watch this video this far. I'll mostly just save it for if I can hyperlapse it, but we'll see. Oh, that's it. If you watch the video later, thanks for hanging out for 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 46 seconds. Goodbye.